Hi guys, this is my post-match reaction to the Liverpool 5, Tottenham Hotspur 1 Premier League game. It could have been 12. Probably should have been 12. What do I have to say about that? No surprise whatsoever, just so inevitable. This was Liverpool's party day. Tottenham did take the lead. Good header from Dom Solanke. But, you know, another mix and match side. Ange made 8 changes. And honestly, just, what's the best I can say for it? Just every player on the pitch for Spurs, determined not to get injured, not going hard into tackles, Liverpool wanting it more than them, as you'd expect. There's not really much I can say about it. Just like I said, it could have been 10. Could have been, I was very tempted before the game to put a bet on at 9-2. That Liverpool would win by 4 goals or more, and that's what they did, but I didn't, so I didn't even get any money out of it. Just found in that first half even more new ways to concede embarrassing goals, trying to play the ball out from the back unnecessarily all the time, but that's Ange's way, so it's Ange's fault. When we concede those goals, it's Ange's way, so it's Ange's fault. And listen, the reality about Ange is he keeps his job until we go out of the Europa League. And if we turn Bodo Glimt over 4 or 5-0 on Thursday, once again, we won't be thinking about this game. But I'll say it again. We will finish the season in 17th place in the league. There is absolutely no doubt about it in my mind. There are no games that I look back, look at the fixture list of and think, oh, Spurs will probably win that this season. No. And I think Liverpool have now scored 15 goals against Tottenham this season. 15 goals. That is the most goals they've scored in a single season against any team in their entire history. I mean, how does Ange defend that? I don't know how Ange defends it. You can't blame the injuries. It's just, you can't concede 15 goals to one team in like 3 matches across the season. It's just completely mortifying and embarrassing. And there are young players. He gave Archie Gray a try in centre midfield, and the kid was lost today. He's playing against the best midfield in the land. And he's not ready to play midfield. He's not ready to take it on the half turn. Maybe he would be if he had some better midfielders around him, but no Bentancur today. And he was in midfield with Bergvall, who obviously, and I don't blame him. He's not going to fly into 50-50s. He worked hard, but he's got a big game on Thursday night. They all do. We played Ben Davis and Kevin Danso at the back. They conceded 5 without, I guess, doing anything particularly wrong. Just Tottenham just do some absolutely wild things. So many occasions where we're kind of fighting for a 50-50 in the Liverpool half. And you just see, we were wearing blue today, you just see 4 or 5 Tottenham blue players run past the ball in the hope that we win that 50-50. And then we don't win the 50-50. And Liverpool are like 4-on-2. And they scored a goal or 2 from that today, but they also missed a load. And listen, I said it earlier in the watch-along, it's horrible to see the change between Liverpool and Spurs in the last 5 or 6 years. Do not forget, before Jurgen Klopp took over at Liverpool, and now Arne Slot, obviously, Spurs finished above Liverpool in like 8 of the previous 10 seasons. And now Liverpool, just through some shrewd ownership, shrewd decision-making, have just left Tottenham in their dust. Tottenham are nowhere near it. Honestly. And if Tottenham don't make the right decision in the summer about a manager for next season, they could genuinely be in a relegation battle. That's how much of a mishmash this squad is when things are bad. There is a lot of talent there. There's undoubtedly a lot of talent there, but talent can very easily lose confidence, and there's no confidence in that team today. And he made 8 changes, and we've been shown time and time again this season that those mix and match teams that Ange puts out, they never ever work. And I guess the only positive we can really take is Van der Ven didn't play, Romero didn't play, nobody seemed to get injured, and we move to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium Thursday night, Bodo Glimt at home. And it's everything, because we need a proper lead. I mean, I have to say, I did say this against Frankfurt as well, but against Frankfurt away, we weren't playing on a plastic pitch in a tiny little ground. And Bodo Glimt have taken on all comers at that ground. I watched the second half of their game against Lazio at home. They should have scored 4 or 5 against Lazio. Lazio did not know how to deal with it. And let's face it, Tottenham's experience on a plastic pitch this season was against Tamworth, and they didn't exactly cover themselves in glory there. Anyway, that's Thursday night. I'll do some team ratings, some player ratings today. Vicario made a couple of saves. 5.5, 6. I'll give him 6. Spence, 5.5. Davis and Danso, 5.5. Udogi, 5.5. Scored an own goal, so I'll probably have to give him 5. In midfield, Gray, I'm afraid he got hooked at half time. I have to give him a 4. Bergvall, I'll give him a 6. Tried hard. Madison went off pretty early. 5. Tell, 5. Solanke got his goals. I'll give him a 6.5. Johnson, 3. Just not in the game. And that's it. Liverpool celebrating wildly a championship, and thoroughly deserved. Arne Slot's done a great job, but Spurs are a terrible football team to watch in the Premier League at the moment. It is horrible, and that is our 19th defeat. And there is nothing good to say about what is happening at Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League at the moment. And never known anything like it. I mentioned it earlier, but I'll say it again. The Tim Sherwood days. Everyone takes the piss out of Tim Sherwood and the gilet wearing and letting the fan come on onto the bench and whatever. But it's damn sight better than this shit. Damn sight better. His results were so much better. It's never been as bad as this. And you wait. Ange Postecoglou will come out in the press conference and say, oh, look, I thought we controlled the game pretty well first 15 minutes. What are you watching, mate? Every single time after a game that we get thoroughly outplayed, thoroughly dominated. And I don't mean possession. You know, when he comes out as, we had all the possession or whatever. Doesn't mean shit in terms of game state. This is another game, just like Forest was, just like all the games, Fulham, whatever, where the opposition dominated us because they know how to play us. They know what they have to do, and it's very, very little. It is as simple as that. Tottenham are a laughing stock. I think one of the main reasons Tottenham are maybe not getting fully laughed at by absolutely everyone is because Man United are doing nearly as badly as Spurs. But we are a laughing stock. We are a meme. And it's just ugly and boring to watch. I mean, I'm hungover today, but I'm yawning so much during that game. Endless yawns. And it hurts. I'm watching here, like, the whole Liverpool squad singing You'll Never Walk Alone with the fans. Like, imagine that show of unity. And at Tottenham, it's toxic. Listen, I'm going to say it. Back in the late 70s, Spurs won the double in 1961, right? But only 17 years later, they were relegated from the top division. And in terms of it setting us up to then win trophies in the 80s, it did. It kind of put us back at a level where they had to build from the bottom up again. I'm not saying we're going to get relegated, but like I said earlier in this, if we don't make the right appointment, mad stuff could happen next season, but we need a proper fucking reset. And it needs to start with the chairman coming out and saying, listen, I've done a terrible job here. I've made some huge mistakes. And I'm taking the Europa League off the table here because, look, we could win the Europa League, but I'm sorry. Even I know, even though we're the last 4, the reality is you have to kind of agree with what Carragher was saying last week, where Carragher was like, if Tottenham played Man United in a European final, there's no way Tottenham are going to beat them. And you kind of agree because everything mentality-wise would be against it. And I'd say Spurs have probably got, and I know it doesn't make sense mathematically, but I'd say we've probably got a 5% chance of winning the Europa League. It's tiny. And look, it would save our season. And we wouldn't mention games like this, but the likelihood is we're not going to win the Europa League. And as a result, this will go down as the worst season in the modern day history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And it's embarrassing. 19 defeats in the Premier League. It's embarrassing. Chris tries to get people on to talk to me in the fan show after these games. Nobody wants to talk anymore. Nobody wants to watch the games anymore. And all the content creators who are Spurs content creators like I am, you hear them talking about it. Nobody's watching our videos. Nobody's subscribing to our channels at the moment because when you're a Spurs fan and we keep losing, all you want to do is not see anything about Spurs, and it's depressing. And something has to change. And the rumors this week, or in the last couple of days, are that Daniel Levy is looking to appoint a big name as the next manager of Spurs. Well, the only reason I can think of that is because he's looking to appease the fans in some way. But it's going to take something absolutely monumentally huge and some really good decision making for a few years all in a row is what it's going to take, because they have to undo some of the horror decisions that have been made by this club recently. But anyway, like I said, we move Thursday night. Won't be talking about it. I'm expecting on Thursday night fucking 150% effort from those players. Nobody worrying about getting injuries, just plowing through them. I'm expecting Romero to show that he is a leader and to show that he can put Bodo Glimt to bed in the first leg. Get an early goal. They've got some suspensions. Put them on the rack. Make Dominic Solanke some chances, because he showed today when you make him a chance, he can score. And we've got to put them to bed and make the fans forget. And I know they're doing a tifo at the stadium and they're giving flags out. That the team on the pitch need to get the crowd up, because I don't think the crowd will naturally be up for a Bodo Glimt game, even though it's a semi-final. But the team on the pitch, they need to go through the opposition, 50-50s, hardcore, everything to show that they want it. I didn't know if I'd find 10 minutes to talk about that game. I guess I didn't. I've gone off on tangents, on rants, but it's hard to put this shirt on at the moment. It's hard to watch these games at the moment. I don't want to watch another Premier League game. It's horrible. It is horrible at the moment. Anyway, guys, thank you for sitting through it. Thank you for watching this post-match review. Please do press like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. Cheers.